One of the things I love so much about the nature of tarot is that it's always so incredibly spot on to where you are personally at the moment. I was sitting here just a few minutes ago, sort of pondering a situation, and it's so interesting as I pulled the cards up. The card that of the moon just came up around me really strongly, and this is a beautiful card because it's often talking about the nature of ourselves, the deep nature of ourselves, the deep intuitive nature of ourselves, and the unseen parts of ourselves that is kind of that inner voice that's emerging within. And today it's definitely very revealing to me because for some time now I've been really what I would call hesitating. And I'm definitely hesitating, I know, about whether to do these little film clips and whether to bother to put them up or not put them up. I guess because what's so revealing about it is it's all in the unseen world. In other words, you really need to trust your intuition. You really need to dig deep and decide what your pathway truly is that you're feeling called towards. And for many, many years, over 30 years now, I've been working very deeply with tarot, and of course tarot is really the key to your innermost instincts. It helps to really develop your psychic intuitive abilities. It also helps you to develop a much more honest, considered space with yourself, really, because it's always talking about the nature of what you're personally moving through. And at any moment you can, just put your cards in front of you, turn a card up the world, and there's your answer right there. In other words, yes, think about what you're doing, but definitely the world's your oyster. Expand forward and really, complete all of those things you've been doing in your life and get ready to step forward and open some new doors. And of course, the world is the major trump card. It's a beautiful card to receive. It's what I call a yes card. And so this is already telling me that, this is the journey for me right now. This is a way that is positive for me to go forward. And as I said, these have been not only tools of learning for me, but they have been friends to me. And that may sound like a very strange description, but during great times of aloneness or just feeling uncertain in my life, I've always had this beautiful pack of cards with me. And I'm not someone who reads for myself every day. I don't see the need in doing that. But just every now and then, it's a beautiful thing to pull up a card and really allow your innermost self to go into the feeling of that card. What does that picture say to you? And what do those colors say to you? And then what is the broader feeling as you let the energy of you kind of dive in to the picture of the card? And as you do that, more and more and more clairvoyant, intuitive feelings will rise within you so that eventually you can basically sit down with a pen and paper and just keep writing words and feelings that come up for you when you're using your major arcana. So I just wanted to check in with you today to all of those people who might be going through some inner transitions at the moment, where they're feeling a little bit lost, where they're feeling like they're not quite sure of what the next step is, because as we know, the moon is not quite as bright as the sunlight, and so it reveals it takes some feeling your way through. It's a water card, of course, and so you have to feel your way through the emotions. Often when I'm doing these little segments, I get names come through to me of people that maybe they're usually just first names of people that may be needing or kind of inwardly needing the same message today. And I'll just kind of sit with those names for you, because one of the names that came up was Keith. Another name was Margaret, Sarah, Jenny, Troy, Angela, Helen, Tracy, Georgie, Alicia, and there's a few other names still revealing themselves to me at the moment, but those names are coming through at the moment. If you're watching this, you might have friends that perhaps this message corresponds to, but I would just say to you at this moment that if you're going through a time where you're just not quite certain of the next step in front of you, if you're not quite sure yet, it's a really important time to actually not proceed, but to perhaps proceed with caution. In other words, feel your way through the moment. Decide what you're feeling you want to perhaps reveal or unveil within yourself. As you go through what we call this transformation and this unveiling, you will naturally begin to feel new kind of ways or pathways open for you. And so it's a really important time to tread carefully with yourself, take your time, consider your actions at this moment, really listen to your intuition, and let things reveal themselves to you in the divine and perfect time. This is Wendy at the Blue Chair, and I've loved talking with you today. Please share, and I'll talk to you again really soon. Bye for now.